Hello, Leo singles. This is your monthly reading for April 2018. I'm pulling out oracle cards because I didn't pull any for you, Leo singles. Okay, I'm going to start with this. It says, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. Remember to stay patient. Remember to stay open. Remember to have temperance and love and affection, okay, in your current situation. You also have playfulness. And I feel like there's an opportunity for you to be open to, it says recapture romance, inner youthfulness. And I feel like these are all things that you need to focus on this month. Your overall card is actually the Justice in reverse. And it talks about needing to pick up the sword, needing to balance the scales in a situation where you're not having patience, or you're not seeing what can come of it, you're not seeing the good. To have that this week, to relive that, to find integrity, to find accountability in what it is you do, how it is that what's your interaction within the situation, okay? And learning to heal that, learning to have patience, learning not to be resistant to that. So in the past, you have the Two of Wands. I feel like you weren't expressing yourself when it comes to love. You had all of these ideas in your head about how you wanted love to go, but you weren't expressing them. Or you weren't expressing them in a way that your partner could understand, or the person you were dealing with. So you do have the Nine of Swords here. And it talks about you seeing all of your blocks. You seeing all of your worries. No. They told me to take that back. It's about having blocks and worries. And not being able to express yourself. Having these ideas, but being worried to express them. Being worried what others will say. Being just worried or anxious. You have the Eight of Cups here. Okay, and your present energy going into April. Your conflicting energy, you have the Six of Cups, and this is actually in reverse here. So I feel like you want to walk back into something, but it feels more like an emotional standpoint, not a person. Okay. It may be a person. I feel like you didn't quite get the structure that you wanted in a situation, and you want to relive it to see if you can move it forward. Because you're moving forward. You're changing. And you want to revisit something to see if something is there. Because there is a little bit of happiness and joy that is left from that experience. Your challenge is trying to figure out how to get there, because right now it's just based on memory. These grandiose ideas of happiness and celebration, how to come together as a friend, how to come together in happiness. Be careful of third-party relationships. You may already be in a relationship or talking to someone. But I feel like there is an energy that there's a person that wants to share something with you. And you're thinking about it. You're thinking about the change. You're thinking about accepting it. You're thinking about making that transition. Making the best of a situation. Because I feel like you have the opportunity with patience to reinvent something, to bring something back together. But have patience. I feel like it's important for you not to rush into anything this month, Leo. But there is an opportunity here for that to happen. You also have the 9 of Cups here. So I feel like you do. And I feel like it works out well. As long as you're able to speak up for yourself, express what you need and how you feel, that things will move forward in a happy situation. You'll be content. There's hard work within a situation. There's a balance of emotions here. You may be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, okay? And I feel like there's lots of good things moving into April for you. Be careful that everything is not always absolutely perfect, okay? So you have to use your intuition to know that things are not always going to be perfect. Perfection is not always what's going to be there. It's going to take hard work and effort to do that, because you're dealing with releasing a lot of old energy, a lot of old thoughts, a lot of old anxieties about not speaking, not expressing yourself the way that you need to express yourself. So your negative influence, you have the 3 of Pentacles here. And it may be that you're trying to get to a point where you're cohesive about what you want here in this relationship. I feel like you want something more stable. And I don't think the other person is really ready for that. And that's what's the hard work is coming in, because I feel like they're not giving you exactly what you want. You know what you want. You're trying to stand up for what's in your heart and trying to push for that. But it's interesting because I feel like you have what you need, but you're still in your mind pushing for something more or something bigger that's not supposed to be handed to you right now. And that negative influence is working on you because you think this is exactly what you need. In your mind, you have the 7 of Cups in reverse, which is good. The thing is, you've made a decision for what it is that you really want. And you have to create balance between what you have and what you really want. You are working together. And this isn't your negative. So you are working together. Okay. But the thing is, you feel left out in the cold spiritually. I feel like the person is there physically. Things are happening. You're working together. But you want them to put in more work, more details. Okay, you maybe even be fighting with them or trying to push them for what it is that you want. And it has to do with having a little too much pride. Okay. In your environment, you have the High Priestess and the 3 of Wands here. Now, I feel like this person likes the structure that they're in with you. Okay. I do feel like they know that you want a relationship, but they're taking things very slowly. They're trying to learn the situation and how it's going to work out. Okay. I think they're listening to their intuition. They're on I'm hearing like they're on another playing level than they used to be, or that they portray that they're on. And I feel like they know that you're doing too much, or they know that you're trying to push them towards a relationship or something stronger. But they're not going to They've made a decision for what they want. They're not going to put that aside for what it is that you want. Okay? So they're not going to let you push them into something, into growing something. They're not. Okay? And I think it's going to feel cold towards you, but it's just them explaining that this is not exactly what they want right now. 1st through the 15th, you have the 5 of Cups in reverse and the Temperance. So even though you're going to feel like things are up in the air, even though you're ready to move forward, there may also be a third-party relationship, or there was one in the past, and that is still lingering over you, and you're trying to figure out if you want to relive that. Or it could be just that you were very happy with them and you had a very joyous relationship. They may want to open... They may want an open relationship and you don't want that, and you're trying to decide if that's something that is interesting, if you're interested in that, just to be with this person. But I feel like everything's up in the open right now, and you're paying attention to what you do have, and you're learning how to be patient, okay? Because there's an opportunity for a relationship. Either they're going to offer it to you or you're going to offer it to them. Like I said, there is the opportunity for something strong, for something real here. Okay? You just have to look at it in a different perspective, and you have to have patience. So you have to have patience. Be willing to be open to new things. I'm not saying that you should go into a third party, like a open relationship, because that's not for everyone. Okay? It's not for everyone. 15 through the end of the month, you have the 4 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So I feel like you're going to spend this time looking at what it is that you want to hold on to. Okay? Paying attention to so things don't seem perfect towards the end of the month. You may be okay with it at the beginning. Towards the end, it's starting to get to you a little. And this is when I feel like you're going to really start to try to push things and make things happen, because you know what you want. Exactly. I feel like you don't feel secure in the situation that you're in. You can look at this at a different perspective, but it's interesting because I feel like you don't want to get yourself out of these ideas that you have trapped in, because they keep you safe. They keep you safe. And I feel like you think that you've given enough and you're ready to receive. So as your conclusion, you have the Fool card and the Chariot in reverse. So I feel like at the end of the month, you're a little bit confused, because, and that's why it's so important for you to go with the flow of things and have patience. Everyone works at their own pace. But I feel like you're confused because there's so many options. You have so many feelings. You don't know which way to go, what to do, what are the rules. How am I supposed to handle this? And I feel like you're going to take a risk. You're going to take a risk, but it's interesting because the Chariot is in reverse, meaning that there is no real direction. So you're taking a risk in something where you don't know the direction. Nothing's set in stone, okay? I'm also seeing that it doesn't really have a positive long-term effect. Like, it's setbacks to what it is that you really want, but I feel like you want this person. And I feel like you're willing to face some things to heal the situation. And it's due to a weakness that you may have for this person, so be careful about that. I feel like you're doing good at the beginning of the month, but towards the end, You start to retreat back into your old ways. And it has to do with this person being very, okay, so it feels like at the beginning you think, oh, I'll keep going with this and they'll eventually change their mind because I know what I want is right and they want me to be happy. But then towards the end you realize that they're not going to change and what they were saying was completely true for them. And then you realize that it's not going in the direction that you wanted it to go in, and you have to really face some things or heal some things and realize that you have that weak spot for almost only getting what you want, you know, and not opening up to the other side, which again is about that imbalance, not living with integrity and not seeing the accountability in a situation. So you have to learn how to heal that. You have to learn how to adjust your thinking, and that's why patience and keeping yourself open to recapture romance and all that. Okay, so something to meditate on for the month, Leo singles. You have action. It says take action. The journey to find your lost self begins with one step. Okay, so what is your step? What is it that you need to face? So for the extended reading, of course, I'm going to do your energies. And then we're going to split it up into each sign: fire, earth, air, and water. And advice for you through the month to help you out. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you like a private reading, that link's in the description box below, as well as the link for a private reading. Okay? So I love you very much. I'll see you next month. Love and light. Bye-bye.